Hi, I'm Ethan Vincent. I'm playing Figaro.
Hello, my name is Angel Raii Gomez. I'm playing Count Almaviva.
Okay. What's a choice that you made about each of your roles that wasn't in the score or the libretto?
Choice that wasn't...
That's a good one. That's a good one. You're asking us how well do we know the score? That's really what you're asking us. Well, I'll say for me, when I've done the role before, and since I've done it and I know a little bit of how I did it in the past and how that production went, I try to think about Nozze di Figaro, which happens, in continuity, I guess, a couple of years afterward. So I try to think about who the Count becomes at that point, and I try to base that off of a younger version of the Count that I'm doing now. So the decisions I make are more like, the Count in Nozze is a little bit more obsessive, and he's kind of the villain of Nozze di Figaro, but he doesn't start off that way. So in The Barber of Seville, he's a young lover, and he's in love with Rosina, and he wants the best for her. So I'm trying to find like little tidbits that kind of lead there.
That was a really good answer. For me, I'm just trying to make him seem like he's not a clown all the time, Like he's very smart and witty, and he has control over the show. And so for me, it's like he has to be a grounded character that doesn't come off like too cartoonish,
Yep.
Okay, is there any part where you feel like you actually overlap with your character? Like as you personally?
No, not at all. I can't relate. I'm hardly sarcastic, and I don't know. You can cut that.
He's very kind, very kind.
No, yeah. I think I do relate to Figaro a bit, just because he's a problem solver, and I feel like in my life I feel like that sometimes, like where I'm, if there's a problem, like I always want to come up with a solution. I'd like to say I'm pretty street smart, but I don't know.
I would agree. I think for me, the Count is so far beyond who I am. I mean, the Count has money. We're all struggling artists. So we're all like, finding our next meal. And the Count has money to spend. He throws money around. He has all these schemes. Then he becomes the music teacher, and the music teacher is just a blast, and he's funny. So I don't know. I think the part I relate to the most is that the Count wants to have fun, and he's in a position where he gets to have fun, and I think that's what I relate about him.
And super loaded.
Yeah, and I'm not. I'm a tenor, but not on that level yet.
So far in rehearsal, has there been something that has surprised you?
Surprised me.
I think since I've done Rossini operas before, when you get a Rossini cast together, they are usually all 110% willing to dive in, say yes and just play with whatever you're given. So Ethan has been wonderful. Whatever I give him, whatever he gives me, like we just like to goof off. Kyle's been great. We are always just laughing the entire time, and I think that's what Rossini really needs and what the opera really needs.
Yeah, totally. The operas that have the recit, I feel like that's where you can have the most fun, because you are sort of improving a little bit, and that's where the acting comes through. And sometimes my colleagues will do stuff, and it's shocking. So
yeah,
you should come see, be shocked.
What do you want people to walk away feeling about your character and the production?
Well, look, I think for people that don't know opera, they might think that it's something that has to be serious. It has to be at the highest point of like elegance, but really we're just goofing off on stage the whole time. But not only that, it's really wonderful because Rossini writes music, and it's so complex and dense, and the music requires people that are virtuosic basically at their craft. So the coloratura that he writes for the tenor or the mezzo is just at the highest level. So you need people that can be funny, be charming, that can sing very well. So you're really watching the pinnacle of opera when you come watch Barber of Seville.
I agree. Like, I feel like you said, like most people, when they think of opera, they think of something that's very, buttoned up And this show is just not that, and it has all of the comedic elements that make it interesting. And so, yeah, we hope that audiences will come and maybe they'll laugh. I don't know.
They'll laugh.
But also maybe they'll get to hear some good singing as well. I know they will, maybe, obviously. So, I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys, like you said, you're goofing around on stage a lot, especially your two characters. So far in rehearsals, what do you think is like the funniest thing between the two of you?
What do you think the funniest thing is? at this
When
point?
Bartolo does we're hiding behind him.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, you know, like when we'll stage
Yeah.
a scene, usually the rehearsal we'll go through a whole scene, kind of block it out, like get the bare bones of it, and we'll start adding details. And we added this detail where Bartolo, he's the doctor, he's an older guy, and he's like keeping Rosina, the love interest, kind of locked. And the Count and Figaro need to break in to go save her. And so at one point he comes out and he's like looking around, and we get behind him, and for some reason that wasn't originally what we were going to do. We were just going to hide, but we tried it out and it was just hilarious. He was like turning and we like have to like get behind him, and I have this big old cloak, so it's like swishing around. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's super it's super cute. Yeah, you'll like it.
What's the hardest moment in the show to pull off? So whether that's, vocally or physically or emotionally.
I think the Act 1 finale is kind of that moment that, because it peaks, musically, you have all the quick patter, so we're like saying Italian as fast as we possibly can, and we're also trying to do all this choreography with it, and make sure we don't collide into each other on stage. So it really is this moment where I feel like that's the most challenging moment, I think, as a group. I think
the whole opera is kind of a marathon, especially for Figaro. He's in it the whole time. He has his big aria. We have the Act 1 finale. In Act 2, we're running around too. I think for the Count, he's in it also for a large amount. But for me, usually at the end of the opera, he has a big aria that's cut. And for this production, we're actually doing it. And this is called Cessa di più resistere. And this is just a monster aria, because it's just coloratura from beginning to end, fast-moving notes, and so I'm very lucky that they're doing it. But I have a lot of saving to do throughout the show to get some energy at the end.
Well, this is my first time with Charlotte's. Where am I?
Charlotte.
It's my first time with the company, and they have an incredible reputation being kind, professional, and I have seen that so far. Seriously, it's a really great company. And everyone has been professional and kind as well, so we really are having a great time.
I think in an industry that is so rare, and a lot of people will treat it like it's dying, it really isn't. We have a production here that is gorgeous. The costumes are incredible. The cast is phenomenal. The cast is so good, guys. It's so good. And we have that here in Charlottesville. In the middle of all these woods, we have the opera at the highest level here, and we're just so grateful to have the opportunity to do it.
Totally, yeah.